Okay, so let's talk about the difference between a business and a hobby. And I'm not just talking about mindset here, I'm talking about IRS regulations. So on your tax form, you have the option of claiming this income on the business form, Schedule C. We talked about that a little bit ago. And we have also hobby income, which just gets added to the front part of your 1040. Now, what is the difference between a business and a hobby? If you're classified as a business in the eyes of the IRS, then you get to claim all your income and subtract out your expenses, and you're only taxed on the profit of your business. So even if you got $10,000, collected $10,000 from clients or sales or something like that, but you spent $6,000 on all of your materials and software and courses and all of that, your profit is only $4,000. So you're only going to pay taxes on that $4,000, which is after expenses. That's the key thing about being a business, is you pay taxes on the profit. If you are a hobby, so if you are classified as a hobby, you do not get to subtract out any expenses. So how do we figure out, am I a hobby or am I a business? The three key elements here are profit motive. So are you doing this with the goal to make a profit? So we want you to actually be managing your finances well enough in the long run that you make a profit and your goal is to make a profit. Number two is that you have a separation of your personal and your business finances. So really what that means is, have you set up a separate bank account for your business? Now, not everyone is going to do this right out the gate, but if you want to keep your business clean and be able to prove to the IRS, like, yes, I'm a legitimate business, it is a really good idea to open a separate bank account for your business. And that can be, if you're a sole proprietor and you're just operating as a personal brand in your name, it can just be another checking account in your name, but you only run business transactions through it. Or if you have a business name or you're an LLC, then you have to open a business account at your bank, and you'll usually get a separate tax ID or EIN for your business. That's easy to get. It's free online. You go to irs.gov and you get a number that acts as a shield for your Social Security number. So you don't have to give people your Social Security number all the time, because that gets sketchy. Okay, so we have a profit motive. We've separated out our business and our personal finances. And the last thing is that you have lost money no more than 3 out of 5 years. So what that means is, we're talking about, do you have a profit motive? Have you made a profit? Not everyone makes a profit in their first year or two, especially if you're, say, getting your business started later in the year, you're investing a lot, like you're taking training courses or certifications, you're trying to advertise to get yourself out there, you haven't made a ton of sales yet, so there's not a lot of money coming in, but you've put a lot of money out, you will have a loss, and that's okay. And that's something that even if you have a loss, you want to claim that on your taxes. You don't want to just not file because you didn't have a profit. So even if you have a loss, if you're starting your business and you are moving forward, you're trying to get clients, you're open, then you want to track whether you have a profit or a loss. So the IRS understands that most small businesses are not going to have a profit in their first year or two, or they may have their first year they lose money, their second year they have a little bit of profit, then they lose more money because they're investing. So the key is, if you operate your business for 5 years, you cannot lose money for more than 3 out of those 5 years. Otherwise, they will come back and say, you're not running this as a business. You don't have a profit motive, so we are reclassifying you as a hobby. And they may make you pay back money from prior tax returns because you claimed it as a business, but you weren't running it as a business. So that is the scenario we are trying to avoid at all costs, is we don't want the IRS to come back and reclassify you as a hobby instead of a business. We want to prove ourselves to be a business. So that's why these things are really important for you guys to pay attention to and be aware of your finances throughout the year instead of just when you go to file your taxes. Okay?